Hola, bienvenidos al mejor cooking show del mundo, two chefs y un cuchillo. Ahora vamos a preparar birria tacos. Buena suerte.
We're making birria tacos.
Yes.
If you did not understand the first part.
I did not understand a clue what you were
Yes.
saying, but
And
it
so-
sounded sexy.
So we're gonna use the Instapot. This is not sponsored, but I highly recommend that you guys get this or some sort of pressure cooker. But
That's how much she recommends us. Not even
Yeah.
sponsored, but she is still
Yes.
throwing it out there.
you can cook rice in here, 4 minutes, done. Like, it's a time saver. It's
Yeah.
safer than your traditional pressure cooker.
Yeah. What we're doing with you guys today is we're showing you this is like a time sensitive one, you know? It's like, obviously, you want to do it more traditional way. Take some hours to get that done.
Yeah, you do the exact same recipe, but just times the cooking time by 4.
For this recipe, we are going to be using beef chuck flats. It's also called the chuck roast. What you really want is a nice braising beef. If you're really rich, you can use beef cheek, you can use oxtail, you can use, what else?
Shank.
Some shank. I'm not gonna worry too much about the fat content because we're gonna sear these bad boys off. So we're just gonna cut them into little smaller pieces for the Instapot. So we're gonna go quarters here. We got all our beef here, so we're gonna season it. Okay, so we got just some kosher salt and we got black pepper. So we're just gonna hit it with salt. So this is salt and pepper here. And some pepper on this side. See all the extra that fell on the board, the meat's gonna stick to it and clean it up for me. And we're gonna season the backside. Nice pepper. There we go. All right, so we got this thing heating up on the saute. So we're gonna just add some little oil just for searing it. You can see the oil ripple in there, so that means it's got some heat in there already. Look at that, fantastic. And here we go, we're gonna start searing.
You can only fit 2.
As you can see, we only put 3 in here, so we're going to be doing this in batches so we don't overcrowd the pot so we get the nice sear on it. Because we don't want all the liquid to come out and cause it to steam, then you're not searing it, you're poaching it. Oh, look at that color. Good, good. Okay, so we got enough color on these. With the magic of television, they've now all been done.
So I'm going to do the aromatics part, and our friend Nelson will explain what these are called.
Los 3 pimientos que vamos a usar, guajillo, ají y el ancho.
So I do have some ground coriander, ground cumin. I don't have Mexican cinnamon, so I just use a regular cinnamon stick. I got cloves, oregano, and some bay leaves. We have canned tomatoes here. You can use fresh, but we just had an open can, so I'm just going to use that.
Could you use tomato paste too?
Yep. Onion and garlic. I know Amazon has some access to dry chilies. If you can get a hold of one type, that's good enough. It's not going to taste like the exact same, but it's good enough, and I still suggest that you try it. They have seeds in here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to snip off the tip. That's what she said.
Oh, the seeds just come right out.
You're supposed to toast all of these to bring out their essential oil.
Can you smell it?
Okay, so these are nice and toasted. Let's go back to the Instapot.
Really? That's it?
Alright, so my mic wasn't working for this part, so here's a nice voiceover for all of you. I'm rough chopping an onion here. You don't have to be perfect because we're going to be blending all of this stuff up. In the meantime, I do have my Instapot on saute high again just to heat up. Again, if you don't have an Instapot, you can do this recipe in a heavy bottom pan. Just bring everything up to a simmer and then put a lid on it and put it in a 350-degree oven for 4 to 6 hours. This is way more convenient. Just invest in an Instapot. So here I am, I'm putting the onions and the garlic. I am seasoning it with salt and pepper. It's very important to season as you go. And then here I am dumping the tomatoes. You can definitely use fresh. The dried chilies that we toasted up earlier. And we're going to put the meat back in. That's what she said. I'm just kidding. We're trying to be more professional here. Here I am telling you to use beef base because I am a fan of beef base, chicken base. It's convenient, and this one didn't have any MSG, but I am a fan of MSG. And if you don't like MSG, it means you are racist, because I read that on the internet the other day, and it makes me happy because I love MSG. So you want to put water just up until the max line, because if you go over the max line, it does leak. And here I am putting the spices that I was talking to you about earlier, and give that a good stir. Put the lid on, lock it, and you want to pressure cook this for 50 minutes. That's 50. And 50 minutes is worth it. I'd rather wait 50 minutes versus 6 hours. So once it's done, once it beeps, you want to release the pressure, because I'm very impatient. I don't like to wait. But please stay away from that steam. It causes burns. So there's a reveal. Looks so delicious. You want to fish out the bay leaves and the cinnamon stick. And then eventually the meat. And take a look at that meat. It is very tender. It was very difficult not to eat this meat. Again, that's what she said, but also, again, try not to say that. It's very difficult. Okay, you're in the industry. We say it all the time. Yeah, so this is very, very tender. As you can see, it's just fallen off well, there's no bone, but you know what I mean. And there was a lot of fat here, so I did take out some of the fat. And so you want to put the rest of the chilies and the chunky stuff into the Vitamix. The Vitamix is strong enough to blend bay leaves and cloves, but yeah. Anyway, if you want to buy one, you can go to our Amazon storefront, and we do make a commission. Anyway, there's no pressure, but so much pressure. So take a look at that. We're going to dump this blended mixture back into the cooking liquid, and this is the lovely golden consomme stock. It's delicious. It's so good. I can just drink that. I think I did. I just drank a cup of that.
So now that we have the beef nice and tender, we just want to kind of just shred it up. Break it all down. You know your meat has been cooked nice when it just falls apart like that. That's perfect. So right here, when we're shredding it up, is where you can get more of the fat pieces. You can just fish those out. You could always, if it's too hot, you can do this with 2 forks, but gloves always help for the heat.
So this is the braising liquid after I blended all the chilies and stuff. And I'm gonna just add a little bit to your beef. That.
There you go. At this point, you can check your seasoning, make sure it's enough salt and pepper in there.
That's good. I got corn tortillas here. I'm gonna dip it into our broth. Into a pan. I have Oaxaca cheese here. You can use whatever cheese that melts. Our braised beef here. I don't know why they call these tacos. These are
It's quesadilla.
I got some diced onion, cilantro, Phil Nelson. I'm gonna add more cheese on top for good measure. And we're gonna fold these in half. Time to burn our mouths. And the whole point of this dish is this delicious broth here that we're gonna dip our tacos in while we eat. So I'm gonna put some in a bowl. Shut up.
Y al final del día, el resultado, sabroso. Probamos ahora.
Cheers, red cheers.
Salud. Quedó bien. Ya.
Buenos días.
Buenos nachos. Oh, these are good.
That's good.
Did we just fluently become Spanish?
Sí.
Is it running?
It's on.
Hola, buenas tardes. Bienvenidos al mejor cooking show, dos chefs y un cuchillo. Today we're going to be making, pimentos que vamos a usar, ajillo, ají y Oaxaca.
Say that one again and look at the camera.
Los tres pimentos que vamos a usar, guajillo, ají y Ancho.